menace to sobriety. Just a menace, just a menace.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Menace to Sobriety with me, Daniel O'Reilly, and my co-host, Kirk Norcross. Let's get him in straight away. Yeah, there's Kirk looking looking fresh today. Listen, guys, I wanted to keep the intro nice and clean and simple because we had a complaint about the intro being a bit, what did I say, cringy. It was a bit cringy last week because I was having some fun with it. So very professional today. Here we are at Menace to Sobriety, a podcast that mixes a little bit of light-hearted, no holds barred, honest chat with information and conversation about all things sobriety, mental health, well-being, addiction, and all-round good fun. Bit of a journey on this podcast. If you've been with us since the beginning, we love you. If you're just joining us, we're going to love you. And interact in the comments as you go through. And also, before I get into the podcast, we are going live for a live studio audience podcast once a month. So you can come down, you can see us in the flesh, you can touch us as long as it's appropriately. And you can join in live and watch it live here in Vauxhall. The link is below, so check that out. Kirk, how you been?
I've been very well, thank you very much. The week's going really quick now.
The weeks are going. Oh, we got John as well. Quick shout out to John. John, get the camera on you. People are loving John. He's starting to get comments, fans, everything.
For God's sake, follow me on social media. I've got like 15 followers. Make it happen.
Love that. I can't even remember when I was at 15 followers. Kirk, how are you?
I'm good. 6 weeks holidays have started, and
Yeah.
well, it actually only really started today, but
Yeah.
my kid's like drained me already.
Really?
Because from the minute he left school, he's now in holiday mode. Dad,
Yeah.
it's my holidays. I can do this. We've done circus, walks, bloody zoos, a lot. Same with you. What have you been doing?
I went on a safari. It was raining, but I got to thank my sobriety for being able to enjoy it. I was with a good friend of mine, a couple that are friends with. It's my missus' best friend and her fella, and he even said to me, "You know, you're so calm and relaxed. Normally, I'd be like trying to get a pint there, but also like annoyed that it was raining and stuff like that. And all I was doing was looking at my kids' faces. They loved it. The monkeys jumped on the car. They held little birds. I had a great, and even driving home, I even enjoyed the drive home. It was like an hour and a half drive home. I'm just so calm and relaxed at the moment.
Before you'd be finding an excuse. It rained, and you're like, let's go straight away.
Yeah. I was always on edge.
I remember I went to the zoo before, this zoo, I can't remember what it was called, but they invited us there, got to feed the tigers and everything. And, you know, I knew I had this. And when I was in active addiction, I knew I had it on this date. Saturday morning, we're going to leave. I get on it Friday night, then I can't stop it. And I just ruined the whole thing for everyone. I was moody. I was tired. I needed to sit down.
Yeah.
And I was like, this was meant to be an enjoyment for my partner and my child. And because of just one stupid thing that I couldn't hold in that night, I ruined it for everyone. Yeah. Just wanting to, right, we've seen that animal, let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
That's my wife, I know she can feel it. I'm just so content, relaxed, like I'm not trying to do, and I think that's definitely like, you know, when I used to drink and use or whatever, you'd want to do it. Did you ever find, just quickly before I go into that, John, how have you been, mate? How's your week been? Come on, talk to us, baby. Get involved.
Been good. Been working on a couple of projects. There's like some music stuff I've been working on with the band and like an animated film. I'll tell you about that in a bit.
Okay, yeah.
And then just been on GB a bit with Andrew Doyle doing his show yesterday. There's a lot of fun.
Very controversial, that news channel these days.
It is, but I feel like it's finally kind of people are accepting it.
Yeah.
Because
Twitter doesn't seem to accept it.
Oh right. Oh, that controversy.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. That's a separate.
No, but I think you do really well on there. Aren't you due to be on the discussion program as well tonight? What's that called? No, what's the other one?
Oh, Headliners.
Headliners. There's another one. Didn't you do the other one on there?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
I'm not joking. Look at his face. He thinks I'm trying to crack a joke here.
I did Free Speech Nation.
That's what I'm talking about.
I did that yesterday. That was
cool.
Fun. Yeah.
What was you talking about?
We're talking about a bunch of different stuff. So the new Barbie and like Oppenheimer film.
Yeah.
And how it kind of represents the male and female psyche at the same time. Bunch of other stuff. You know, the new mate campaign. We won't get into that. Not your mate. Not the good mate. The shit mate.
Yeah, mate. I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah, let's not get into that. I might do some sketches on that. But no, just on the Barbie film, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen two different people that I respect have two completely different sort of views on the Barbie film. A very respectable director that directed one of my films. He said that out of all the films he's seen this week, because he goes and sees all the new films when they're out, I think he saw a couple of different. I think he saw 3 or 4 films. He said it was the best film.
Okay.
And he's a proper geezer, lad's a lad.
Yeah. Typical Barbie guy.
He's not a Barbie guy, but he respects film, right? He's a film director, so he really enjoyed it. But then I saw someone else that said that it was just like woke culture personified, where it was just absolutely like all the male characters were misogynistic, all the male characters were, like dumb and all of this stuff. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the movie, but that's what I've heard. I've heard like
I've not seen it, but
Yeah.
but Ken back in the day would have been quite vain. If you look at the Ken doll as a child, it was all about sleek hair, chest out. But what's wrong with that? Why can't a man be proud of what he looks like? It takes a lot of work to go to the gym and get a good body. I get a lot of people to get slated for a tops off or vest on and that. Good on you. You're working very hard.
Yeah.
If a girl works hard or even has her lips done and feels confident or gets a boob job and wants to wear a low cut top, good
Fair
on you.
play.
It's you. You wouldn't work your ass off for a Ferrari and park it in the garage and not show no one, would you?
No, I put my McLaren all over my social media.
You worked hard for it. And it's the same with a body or a job or anything. I think people should be proud and not scared to show people what they've achieved. But there's a slim line between being proud and being show off.
Yeah. I think more the point of what me and John were talking about is more the characters that are in there have been a stereotyping men in a certain way. John, tell us more about that.
So again, I haven't seen it. It might be glorious. I don't know. I assume not. But like they go to the real world. They're in like Barbie world, and they go to real world, and it's like this really kind of tyrannical patriarchy that's really oppressive to like all women. It's like a parody of the patriarchy.
Yeah.
And then like the Ken dolls are all like, oh no, this is actually quite good. We should bring it back to Barbie world, and they do, and they overtake Barbie world somehow. And then,
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah, and then Barbies take it over again by like confusing the men, and they're like, nah, no patriarchy, women are in charge forever, and that's just the ending of it.
That's what.
Well, it sounds
a great
like-
synopsis. That.
Yeah, but it sounds like a good film, but I don't know.
I love Margot Robbie. Like she's just the most perfect woman ever.
Yeah.
Did you see everyone was calling her mid on the internet? That was like a thing going around. Like,
Yeah, but that's probably those. I don't know what to
She's
say,
amazing,
but
Margot
I can visually picture the women that are calling her mid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
think we should. Is there ever going to be an Action Man film? I'm going to hold my hands up. My friends don't even know this. I played with Action Men until I was about 14 or 15.
Did you?
Even my mum was like, "You got to throw them away." I had them hidden under my bed.
How long was you breastfeeding for?
Yeah, not long. Not long.
Anyway, let's move on before I say something silly about woke feminism and sexism and everything like that. Let's move on. Right, here we are today. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, John?
So today's sobriety topic is rock bottom. So we're going to be talking about the various aspects of that, what it means for different people, how it can be avoided, whether it's a good thing to get into. So yeah, so why don't we start? So how do you guys define rock bottom? What does it mean to you guys?
So first of all, what I'm going to say is I think everybody's rock bottom is completely different.
I'll agree on that.
Yeah, and some people are living in their rock bottom. Like I think that to define rock bottom, I mean personally myself, I know the moment of my rock bottom, or the weekend, or the week. Or the week, maybe I could probably put it down to a week or 2 weeks. I can visualize my rock bottom, and the reason why I can visualize my rock bottom is because I send myself back there every time the sesh gremlin pops into my mind. I go back to my rock bottom. But I think some people don't even realize they're living in their rock bottom. They are going from days of rock bottom to days of rock bottom, and everyone's rock bottom varies. It's very difficult for you to see that you've got a rock bottom if you're wealthy, well off, if you've got a nice house, But I think it's a little bit easier for people to understand their rock bottom if they've got a really tough life as well, because it's there. But money and doing well and stuff like that can cloud your rock bottom. Your rock bottom can be emotional, or it can be like a physical rock bottom where you're literally passing out. But I think it varies. But I'll tell you what we'd do. I don't mind sharing. I've kind of kept my rock bottom a little bit close to my heart because it involves my wife.
Yeah.
So it's not really something that I've been very comfortable in discussing. But I think I'm up for talking about it today. But before I get into mine, Kirk, mate, you've had many rock bottoms, and but could you put your finger on the rock bottom?
No, like I was in rock bottom for years. Like I was in it, and I didn't know I was in it. But looking back, yeah, I was. From someone that doesn't know the difference between sort of like someone who's addicted to coke or crack or heroin. You're all addicts anyway, but you would look at me like a crackhead, a fiend. Yeah. Like I was rock bottom. Everything I'd done was to fund drugs. Yeah, from hygiene, going one shower a week, not realising it at the time though. Yeah. Rock bottom, God, there's a couple of things during, say rock bottom for me was for a year. Some things I could pick out that made me think during that year, oh, you're bad now, Kirk, is, you know, obviously I left TV, and then when I got a normal job, I was grafting my ass off doing like the internet cabling, running that under the ground. Yeah. From TV to that, I mean, I was getting up at 4, leaving at 4:30, not getting in till 7:30 at night, and I was getting £80 a day. So for going TV to that, and I would literally, knowing what I've got, that's 80 quid, that's two 40-pound grams of coke. Maybe I can do a deal, keep a score back, and that scores for me, my missus, and my son. You know, and I didn't realise that. But what I could say is my realist rock bottom when I then realised is I had no money, and this was only a couple of years ago, no money whatsoever. I was jet washing. I'd probably been doing the jet washing for about a year, and this was the most unprofessional thing. I'm ringing up a customer that had a job booked in 2 weeks, asking for the money up front, made an excuse, and the excuse was, it was, hi mate, I've Cairns Ditch Services, so I've got a job booked in with you in a couple of weeks. Bit of an embarrassing question, mate, but I'm about to get this is how my brain works, because I needed coke right then. I had nothing in my bank. I said, I'm just about to get a mortgage, and to get a mortgage, I've had to freeze my account. I don't even know where I thought of this, and I said, can I get the money next week for the job? He's like, no, mate. And I was like, well, you know, and I'm sitting there. I remember exactly where I was in Thurrock, near my old college, just sitting there in the car. I messaged a friend on Facebook that I probably hadn't spoke to since my school days, saying, mate, I'm outside Asda's. I've just dropped my fucking bank card down the drain. Fuck's sake. Can you transfer, or can you drop some money off, or transfer me some money? I said, I'm at a petrol garage and I can't pay. And that was it. Yeah, that was just begging. I'd never steal. Never steal. Could never steal. And then I remember ringing up a friend of mine who we were good friends, but I could get a lot of drugs from him. And I rang him up and I was like, all right, mate, what are you up to? I knew if I meet him, I could get some stuff even without money. And he said, oh, mate, I'm out of town. I'm up Colchester at the moment. I said, yeah, no worries, brother. Literally, as I put the phone call, he drove past me. And I was like, fuck, even my mates that do the same things as me, they don't want nothing to do with me. Yeah, that's really hard. I just sat there in a lay-by with no money, gagging for a fag, no money for fags. I would be putting £5 in a fucking 50 grand car. You know, lucky enough near the end, my dad helped me out with a car because I had a son. So if I ever had to take him anywhere. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, what's my life getting to? I'm begging for money off strangers. I've just come from TV, Dan. Do you know what? Man, I'm sorry that you got to that point in your life, but do you know what? This is what I'm saying. This is why, to define rock bottom, it's a little bit difficult, because what I'm hearing you say is you ran out of money for gear. Yeah. And that's how you're defining your rock bottom. Yeah. Now, see, for me, it's completely different, because I never ran out of money. The way I was going about trying to get money, right, begging people I don't know, being unprofessional with my business. So your addiction was taking over your fucking morals and your 1,000,000%. Yeah. So that's how you're defining your rock bottom, is when, you know, where the normal, average, everyday person would run out of money and they'd be like, right, do you know what? I just fucking best give it a rest for a bit. And you're like, no, I have to do something to get it. So yeah. Sorry, let me cut in. I was ringing up people. Yeah. Saying, does anyone owe you any money? Like, I'll go get the money for you. Do you know what I mean? See if I can get a drink from it or something. Do you know what I mean? Well, like, I never got to do it, lucky enough, you know, but I'd does anyone owe you money? I'll go fly through the door. I never probably would have, but this monkey, you know, that's Virginia, I would have just done anything, do anything. Does anyone need anything delivered or anything like that? Can I do anything for someone? Yeah, and it was just like, that ain't fucking Kirk, man. I remember I told the last time when I realised it was an issue, when I spoke about it on my first podcast with you, that I was going to toilet. I think I was either buzzing or on a come down. I looked in the mirror.
You thought you saw your
I
nan or
thought I
something?
seen my nan, because when she died, I think she was like 6 stone or something, and all my eye sockets, like here, was all drawn in. And my nan looked at the end, and I thought I was tripping at first. I was like, "Oh fuck, nan! Oh fuck, Kirk, that's you." And I had this stupid goatee that
You were hiding
I
behind.
think I was hiding behind it. You know,
Oh, it's so dark, isn't it? It's so dark. Fuck, man.
I honestly thought I was pissing out blood and everything.
Wow, yeah. So, all right, your rock bottom is completely different to my rock bottom, and I think this is why this is great for the listeners or the viewers, because we'll have two different sort of aspects of life here.
Yeah.
Because my rock bottom, I always sort of say, and I get a little bit of flack for this online, because people say, "Oh, you're not a real addict, you're not a, you." Because I said I wasn't alcohol or drug dependent, I didn't need it every day, but. My binge, I think it's like binge addiction. When I was binging at the weekends, I couldn't go a weekend without getting crazy, and then that fallout was causing so much havoc in my life. And my rock bottom was, I mean, I've had a couple of really sort of dark moments. One of them was, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but one of them was, I'd gone to a meeting in London, and I'd ended up staying over at the meeting and getting on it all night and sniffing and everything. And my car was parked outside, and I was Snapchatting my car before. It was my C63. I was like revving it and everything. And people had obviously seen where I was, and they'd come and egged and flowered my car.
I did hear this.
Yeah.
Oh, carry on. I love
Yeah, it's fucking. We put this in the film, didn't we? We've actually put this in the film script. And they egged and flowered my car, and I was sniffing gear and fucking drinking. And I had to go home. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, "Fuck, come out!" It was on a boat. Actually.
all light out.
Yeah, and I come out, and I'm ashamed to say, but I was probably still high and drunk or whatever. But I come out, and I was like, I've got to get home. And then I looked at my car, and it looked like it had been covered in cocaine, and it was fucking horrific. And I mean, this central London, so I had to get in the car. I mean, anyone in their right mind would have just fucking left the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to clean it first, but I mean, they had egged every fucking panel of the car and then poured flour on, so it was covered in flour, but the flour was stuck, it was like congealed all over the fucking motor, the roof, everything. Honestly, it was cut. It looked like a pot. I thought I was fucking.
Tripping.
Yeah, I thought I was looking at a massive pile of cocaine. I was like, fucking, what was going on?
Did you taste?
I was happy first. Yeah, I did. I swear I did. I licked it and I went like that, and I rubbed it in my gut. I was like, that's flour. I was like, fuck, for a minute. But yeah, and I drove it home, and I drove it through central London, and I can remember being behind the wheel and fucking shaking.
You must be quite recognisable at this point in your career as well. So.
Yeah, I was recognisable. Plus, I was driving what looked like a bag of coke.
Yeah,
and the flour was coming off the back of it and it was leaving a massive like a cloud.
It reminds me of the film The Other Guys. You know, when he drives through.
It was exactly
scene.
like that.
Yeah.
What did you say, John?
So you're in your own private cloud of cocaine.
Yeah. And this is how I know. This is even though it's quite funny to say, but I was going through a panic attack in the car. I thought I was going to get pulled over by police. I stopped off a couple of times to try and do drive-through things, and every time they said, "No, you're not coming in here with that," I had a new wave of panic. And then when I finally got home, and like I got it into a car wash near my house, and they washed it. They said, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they washed it for me. And then I was like, had this like air of relief when it was cleaned, and I was driving it back, and I was like, one of my mates had texted me, he's like, "What are you doing tonight? Do you want to get on it?" And I was like, straight back in the game, yeah.
You know what sticks in my mind there though, Dan?
Yeah.
It just shows how normalising at this point the drug and drink was fine.
Yeah.
That wasn't your problem.
No.
Your problem wasn't driving, and there's no disrespect to you. I would have been. It wasn't that you're driving. Oh, I've been on it all last night.
No, it was.
It's fucking people are gonna look at me car. I'm gonna look like right cunt.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
the drinking, not drinking and driving, but drinking and driving after a session was normal for us.
Yeah.
Get home.
But no, you're right. But my real rock bottom, and I think a lot of people will be able to relate to this, and I think this is what you should, because ideally I think what we should say is what people should be looking out for.
Yeah.
And my rock bottom is, when I started lying about that I'd been on it. Yes. So, the missus, I'd wake up or I hadn't slept, and in the morning I'd be really snappy and aggy. She'd be like, "Where were you last night? Is that all night?" And I'd be like, "I can't do my own fucking thing."
Yeah.
And I was like this weird, and also, if you're making excuses, this is a big one. If you're using your arguments as a fuck you, I'm going to the pub. As a fuck you, I'm getting off my nut. Then fuck you, if like you are at rock bottom, I think. And for me, it was lying to my missus, and my rock bottom was in Marbella. It was when I went to. What had happened is I'd gone out the night before. We were flying to Marbella to do my film premiere for The Last Heist.
Yeah.
So we had a film premiere in Marbella, and the night before the film premiere, I went out on a heavy session. And like I was drinking and getting on it and that, and my missus, I mean, me and my missus were not in a good place anyway, because I was doing this during the week, once a week maybe, and then at the weekend. So I was either like on a come down or angry, or I was out. Yeah, and we had a massive row in the morning, and you know I was quite horrible. I was just like, you know, because we just got married as well. I was like, you know, saying stuff that I shouldn't have said, really, you know. And
wasn't you, though, saying it?
No, well, I've got to take some accountability for the things that I said, because, you know, and it's hard to look back on it, but I was fucked. Do you know what I mean? I was maybe doing more than I let on here in the podcast, and drinking more. And anyway, it was all her fault. You know what I mean? What was going on. And essentially, she kicked me out. So I left and... went back to the pub and and I said stuff, you know, that I shouldn't have said, and somehow out of somewhere she let me back, and I come back in and said, like, well, you know, we had a chat, and I was like, right, I've got a problem here, you know, because I'd gone sober before, right? Yeah. And I said, so I've got a problem here, and you know, sat in the kitchen with her, and I still couldn't stop the drinking, so I just said, like, she said, can you just stop now? You know, you're going to Marbella tomorrow. She was flying with, it was like a beautiful moment in my career. She was coming with me to come and watch the film for the first time. We had hundreds of people out there.
Huge lifetime changing experience.
Yeah, massive thing. And I still sat in front of her and went, right, okay, I promise you I'll never do gear again. I'm never doing gear again. But I've got to have a drink because we're going to Marbella. And
trying to justify.
Yeah, and reluctantly she was like, all right, but look what it's doing to you. Look what it's doing to us. And I was like, babe, come on, man. I'm not going to enjoy it unless we go there. So even after all of that had happened, I'd been thrown out. You know, I was on the verge of losing my fucking family. As soon as we landed in Marbella, I got smashed and got on it, got on the gear. Was lying to her when I was in front of everyone. I was a wreck. I was a mess. And then when she called me out, we had a fucking argument, and I was like that, and I carried on enjoying myself in Marbella, and she flew home. And mate, that was my rock bottom. My rock bottom was coming home and not being able to go home, and it was over. And then I was like, what the fuck have I just done over this last like fucking 3 days? What the fuck have I done? I was like, whoa, wait. And she's like, no, there's no waiting, mate. She's like, look at what's happened in the last fucking 3 days.
But that 3 days to you would have been.
It was like that. It was just one. What I didn't realise is that one. Anyway, and then the next thing, because my grandma and granddad sadly passed away during lockdowns and stuff like that, and their house was empty. And this is weird for me as well, and quite shameful to admit, but I never really had time to comprehend that both my grandma and granddad were dead, because I was always off me nut, like, and I was starting to go to hotels, you know, when I was kicked out, and it was just costing money. And I thought, no, do you know what? This looks like this is going to be like a long thing. Yeah. Like it's over between me and the missus. I went and stayed in my grandma's house. I said to my uncle, can I have the keys? And there was keys on the side to get in. But then when I got there was no furniture. They were selling the house. It was empty. I had a blow-up bed, and this was my rock bottom. I was lying on the blow-up bed. I couldn't go home. The only thing that they had on there was a cross on the fucking on the wall with Jesus Christ, because they were religious, and no TV, nothing. I was just lying there like that for days, like And I'd said to myself, I'm not drinking or nothing. That was when I'd made my decision. So I couldn't drink. I couldn't go to the pub. I couldn't go and see my friends. I couldn't do no gear, and I was crying and stuff. And I was like, what have I done? And then after that, I went away somewhere to
good on you,
sort myself out.
I can imagine that. I can just picture. I'd love to put that in a film sense. I can just imagine it's quite an old-looking house, cold, architect walls, old 80s red carpet.
It was red carpet.
Rails.
It was red carpet. Yeah, it was.
Picture you in this fucking room, like a very old nan and granddad's house, but with no furniture in, with like dust marks around where pictures and stuff.
Mate, that's exactly right. And then
if that's got, you know,
And I grieved as well, and I apologised to my gran and granddad for for forgetting that they had died. That was
Good on
weird.
you, man.
You know, but that was my rock bottom, and like as we say, everyone's rock bottom's different. But you know, it's so painful, and you know, I try not to talk about it too much because Shelley's involved in it. But also, like, I'm glad that you know, she finally had enough of me. Do you know what I mean?
Man. Yeah,
and
no,
I'm glad I hit that rock bottom.
Yeah.
And I use it now every time I get that silly voice in my head that's like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, you haven't even got a problem because you didn't drink every day. You didn't even have a problem."
No, it's not that, man.
Yeah.
It's a problem if it's affecting your life.
Yeah.
I just got a funny story about when you said about the car in London. So I was on the Only Ways This Is at the time, and I used to go to this hotel in London for a night or two to get completely off my face. They'd park my car for you and stuff like that. And then I think I'd been on it for a day or two, and it was about 7, 8 in the morning. I was like, I've got to get back to Essex. I hadn't slept. I don't know how long I haven't slept for. So I've rung downstairs. Look, I'm checking out. Can you get the car ready? So there's always paps and that down there. So I put my sunglasses on. I think I put a hat on. Do you know, like, I haven't seen daylight in a couple of days. I've come down and my car's out there. I had a white Range Rover Sport. You know, it's summertime. Oh, fuck. I've got to do this drive home. I've got to do this. Get in my car straight away. People bibbing and waving to me. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. Everyone's right. Hey, Kirk. This is what I'm thinking, right? So everyone's recognising me. I'm out my nut. I've got to have my windows open because I'm sweating. I'm smoking fag after fag after fag. I mean, I got from Regent Street all the way down to Tower of Bridge, right? And in the morning, that takes a long time to do that. Everyone's bibbing and waving and that. And I was like, fuck, man, this is like quite big time here. Everyone knows me. Pulled up at the traffic lights at Tower Bridge, and the black cabbie's like, he's leant over, he's banging on my window. I was like, no, not acknowledging it. I'm out my fucking nuts still. And he's banged, and I've just opened. How you doing, mate? You're right. I thought he was going to ask for a picture. He went, mate, you got a flat tyre. Right? Everyone, not one person knew who I was, and they shouldn't have. I was just a fucking idiot, right? Everyone is trying to say, mate, you're driving. Oh, mate, there was no air in it at all. I can't even hear it because I'm just out my nut, and it's.
Mate.
So now I've got to the fucking. Oh, right. I pulled off. As you come out of Tower of London, as if you're coming out of London, the petrol garage on the left, I had a can of gel in there. So I'm still in a shirt that I wore for 2 days. All greasy, white bits around me bloody nose. I've got this can of gel and I've not even read it. I've put it in the valve. I've pressed it. It's exploded over me, right? All these fucking gels gone over me. I was like, right, I think they're run flats. Right, I'm going to drive home. I've got to Billingsgate Fish Market. I was like, I ain't going to make it home. I'll be if they pull me up. I'm bad because I'm not sure if I'm still on it or if I'm tired. So I got to Billingsgate, the McDonald's that used to be there. I'm having a look underneath. I can see the spare tyre. I was like, right, I'm going to change the tyre. I am on my back trying to get this tyre. I do not know. I've got all these manuals. You know when your eyes are shaky and blurry? I can't read nothing. I'm trying to watch YouTube. I'm shaking. I'm sweating. You know when you can't even swipe.
This is horrific, man.
Like when you
and we used to do this shit for fun.
And then literally
Someone helped you.
I'm sitting in my boat. Yes, I'm sitting in my boat. And some guys, you all right, mate? You've been there a while. I said, mate, I do not know how to get this spare tyre down. He said, I'll lift up the top of the boot. You unwind it at the top. And I'm under my car for about an hour. I think, how do I get this down?
Oh, mate.
And I probably would have got on it that week again after that, you know. And it's not even what I'd done to myself. If I was under some influence, what could I have done to someone else?
Mate, yeah.
But that never got into my fucking head.
No.
Because when you're hitting rock bottom, it is me. And I just thought it's all of yous are being horrible to me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I distanced myself from the person that people knew was Kirk.
Yeah.
I didn't know who I was, so I couldn't get back to that person. And the people that love me, this person wasn't Kirk.
Yeah. Like now when I talk to you now, when we text each other or ring each other and we're on the phone, like during the week, we talk about different things. It's completely different to when I used to speak to you back in the day, because I used to speak to you and then one of us would get the hump about something and we wouldn't speak for fucking months, and then we'd speak again. And that was the drugs blowing everything up. But I think out there right now, I think your rock bot, I think, listen, like it's very dangerous for us to presume that rock bottom is like a moment. It's like a moment. Like for me, I put it on Marbella and everything that happened to me because that was the moment that I really knew that I had a problem and I wanted to make change. But my rock bottom was probably was probably just one of the times where I went, well, I know I'm meant to be doing that with the kids tomorrow, but I'm going to get off my nut anyway.
Yeah, rock bottom could have started well belong.
Years.
Losing your first, maybe you've got a TV job coming up or something. Like rock bottom could be just getting sacked from work or disciplinary.
Or even, and I've spoken about this before, you know, I considered suicide after my father died. I was on my own doing gear and I rang the Samaritans.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
That was fucking 2000 and fucking 18.
Yeah.
So that's 1920. How many years? I don't know. I'm not.
So that would be rock bottom for someone.
Fucking hell! But so
rock
if
bottom was
so,
all of that
so
time.
I had numerous fucking rock bottoms.
Yeah.
Pulled myself out of them. So it's
how I would sum up rock bottom. And everyone's different. Everyone's finances are different.
Yeah.
Everyone's material things are all different. If drink or drugs are changing your life,
bang. There you
that's
go.
rock bottom.
That's your rock bottom.
And this is what I've got to reply to a message. I think this comes in. Someone messaged me the other day. I don't want to say their name. Just a person that's just messaged me that I don't know. And they asked me, Kirk, how do you know when enough's enough?
Yeah.
Straight away, I thought, the minute you have to ask that question,
Enough is enough.
is enough.
Enough is enough.
The minute you have to even think, when is enough enough? That is it. You wouldn't think that if you're having 1 pint a week, would you?
No.
You have to ask that question.
Yeah.
That's your answer. Well done. You've the let's say the clever person in your body. That's you.
Yeah.
Trying to ask real questions. You know. So.
But I had this weird tweet as well where someone said, because I'd done a tweet about being 9 months sober, and someone had tweeted me back and said to me, "Oh, do you think you'd be all right like on non-alcoholic beer and just a bit of gear?" Right? If drink is your problem, would you be all right on non-alcoholic? And I had to reply to him and go, and even saying this now shows me how much of a different person I am, because 9 months ago, I never would have thought this. I said to him, I tweeted him and I said, who in their right mind wants to do fucking cocaine, mate? Why would I want to do cocaine?
Yeah.
Who in their right mind wants to do it? Whereas if you had taken me back just 9 months ago and gone, should we get on it? I would have gone fucking, it was like the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And
it's so weird.
It wasn't even nice.
It's like sniffing anxiety, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. There was just, for me, there was no nice things, which means what the fuck was this doing to my body?
But I know what it is.
Crave it.
I know what it is. I've worked out what it is. I've worked out what it is. This whole sobriety drugs thing, for me anyway, I've worked out what it is. It's like when your life is so unmanageable because of the drink and drugs. The drink and drugs are the only thing you can do to escape it, right?
It's the only thing I could get right.
The only thing that you knew that would take you away from the feeling of wanting drink and drugs was drink and drugs, right? Like now, and this is what I think I want to pass on to anyone out there that's considering going sober, right? The way that it works for me is like it's the first bit of sobriety is hell. Yeah. Every bone in your body will be like, no, this ain't right. You've got to change your friends. You've got to change your lifestyle. You've got to change what you consume. You've got to start doing a load of shit you don't want to do. You know, one day I'll write a fucking book on the stages because I had to like start doing stuff I didn't want to do to take my mind off it. And then when I started getting better at them, it made me feel good. You have to go through all of this fucking shit. And then somewhere around 7 months, I think, you start going, this is all right. And if you can get to like where I'm at now, where I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. It's so much better that you're like, wow, I've got such a good life now that I want to preserve. I want to preserve this. I don't need to escape it.
Yeah, well, you don't want to because
you don't
want
to. Yeah, because you love your life.
You don't want to save them moments rather than hide
them. I'm like, I want to slow the days down. I want to enjoy the day. Whereas when you're using, you want to fucking get this week out of the way so I can get fucked.
That makes sense because when I was on TV, even though I was using a lot, I could go through a long period of time because I was enjoying the TV or the good things that come with it. But then when I left TV and then went to just a normal like labouring job or something like that, I hated it. I was working from, as I said, from 4:30 in the morning, not getting home for 7:30 for £80 a day. I was getting thousands and thousands on TV, and I was so. I'm going to hold my hands. I was really embarrassed. I went from literally being quite a recognisable person on TV to working next to the A12 in a high vis, getting down fucking drains that haven't been down there since the phone was invented. In cobwebs, shit, you know,
but listen, that's just our egos because look, before I'd done stand-up comedy or before you was on TV, you'd look at a job like that and 80 quid is like the fucking, this is the bollocks,
Right. I'd love it. I'm not even lying.
It's just that,
go get that.
Yeah, and that's just, and there's a lot to be said to fucking grafting for your money, but it's the ego that's inflated. But, you know, I think when I look at addiction now, when I look at drink and drugs, I see the drink and drugs as the solution to not enjoying your life.
Yeah.
The drink and drugs is the drink and drugs is your solution to not enjoying your life. So if you want to become sober, you have to tackle the problem, which is not enjoying your life. And the only way you can tackle your problem by not enjoying your life is by going sober for long enough to change your life for the better, that you don't want to escape it.
Yeah. That's it, man. Well done. Well done. And the biggest thing in my recovery is CA, Cocaine Anonymous, is step one. Step one saves my life all the time. And I have to repeat this to myself all the time. Step one, know that you are powerless.
Yeah.
Right? Once you can admit that you are powerless to once you put a drink or a drug in your body, and once you know, oh, if I have a beer or a line, it's game over.
Yeah.
You are powerless. As long as you can get step one in your head.
Yeah.
You know, because I always used to kid myself and say,
Yeah.
no, listen.
That's the addiction.
I'm just going to do a ticket today. Rather than buy 3 for 100, you know what I mean? I'm just going to get one. Oh, I fucking subconsciously knew that I weren't. But
how crazy is that even you just saying, I'm just going to do 1 gram a day, you thought was all right? I wanted to just get your... I just wanted to get your feedback. You seemed quite engrossed in that little section there we were talking about rock bottoms. What's your thoughts?
First of all, just like as a listener, obviously I'm producing, but both those stories are just captivating because you can just hear how sort of captured you were by the drugs and the process and everything, and how it just kind of completely takes over. Honestly, it's like it's weirdly exciting in a way.
Yeah.
Just to hit the chaos of it all.
intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds horrendous, but also just like that is a kind of the crazy, chaos, almost like rock and roll, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to like glamorize it because it sounds horrendous, but like.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said about the depth of the human experience that you guys have been to there. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm so at the moment I'm so in tune with my mind and how my mind works, and like for the first time, I mean, I'm doing meetings now. I don't know if I told you that.
No.
Yeah, I'm doing meetings.
What, like
AA. Yeah.
Well done, man.
And I'll tell you why. Just because I've had a couple of wobbles, and not wobbles as in like wanting to drink, but wobbles as in like fucking losing my head. Like I was at a barbecue with some of my pals, and I just fucking all of a sudden just felt like the elephant in the room, and then I was
good
like,
on you, man.
yeah, and like sort of like questioning the sobriety and stuff like that. So anyway, it's made me feel good. But the big thing out of it that I'm getting out of it at the moment is learning about the tricks that our mind play, because everyone in the meetings, they talk about different things, but one big thing is like that voice in your mind that's trying to trick you. And looking at these rock bottoms, I'm looking back going, like we just said, because we just nipped out quickly for a tinkle. That's a wee, by the way, not a line. But we both said, isn't it weird that we just tried to define our rock bottoms, and every time
Years after the actual rock bottom.
we're looking at rock bottoms, and then we're going, no, actually there was this, no, actually there was this. And when I look all the way back, that it could be safe to say that your rock bottom is the first time you sniff a line of coke, or you take maybe that's a bit extreme, but that's wrong. Actually, you shouldn't say that, because there's a lot of people out there that could still maybe enjoy their drug use and alcohol consumption. But maybe, like you said, when you feel like you have an overwhelming compulsion to continue to drink, even though it's affecting your life in a negative way, that's your rock bottom.
Yeah. That's it, man. That's it.
Right, let's change it up a bit.
I just want to say one thing that I used to do when I was in active addiction as well. So if ever I was in traffic, so I'd always make out I was at home late from work, because I'd be in a car park, just plotted up in my work van, just getting on it for hours. I used to then, if ever I was in a traffic jam when I was sober, or whenever I was in a traffic jam, always sober, I would take a picture of me dash and the traffic in front of me, and I would save loads of pictures of traffic on my phone. So if my partner at the time was like, where the fuck are you? I'm in a car park getting out my nut, but I'd just send a picture from weeks or months ago. I'm stuck in traffic on the motorway. But I'd research, quickly go on my phone. I'd go on Google Maps, see where traffic is. So then I can say, oh, I'm on this road.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like the manipulation.
That's the addiction. The addiction is fucking powerful, isn't
fucking
it?
mad.
clever, like it's making you like plan ahead. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was clever with my drive. I wish I was that clever with most things though.
Yeah. So, and this is why I love talking to you, because it's like our lives are so different. Whereas, but still, like for instance, I'd lay out my week, and I'd be like, right, by Wednesday I'm going to be wanting a little sesh or something. So I'd make sure that I had meetings in town.
Yeah. But you know what, Dan? After your rock bottom is different than mine. and mine is different to other people that are listening. The key factors in them, it was messing up our life.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what is happening during your rock bottom.
Yeah.
If it's messing up even if you live at home on your own, if you're missing days off work, if you're not turning up to family events, that is a rock bottom. You know what I mean? Like, so our stories are the same because it was affecting our life. Mentally, we hadn't even spoke about the physical stuff.
Yeah.
I used to lay in bed. I probably couldn't, but it was my head. I swear I could feel my organs. Right, I was like, they're my kidneys, just I could feel them pulsating. You know, I was like, pains in my stomach where I probably hadn't eaten 4 days, 3 days. You know what I mean?
And the fucking hangovers, mate, and come downs.
Just fucked. You know, like, what was this doing to our body physically? I actually strongly believe, and people don't have to believe with me, but there is a reason why I'm still here, because what I was doing to my body, I shouldn't be fucking alive. End of.
Well, it might be this. This might be the reason.
This is it, to help people. Do you know what I mean? This is... I've left the voice thing. No, look, it's right in everything we've saying.
Oh shit! Did you want to? Oh wait, I'll tell you what, because we've spoke for so long, we've came through it. What do you want to do? Do you want to get to the? Let's John. What do you want to do?
Well, I think two things. One, Kirk, do you want to go through your?
I've just got one story about someone messaged. Did they message on the group or something to say it's like sex the same?
It was a comment, I think a YouTube comment, or it might have been an Instagram comment where they said, "Could you two touch on the?" Was it that fucking? There was a 70-year-old woman as well on the YouTube. Sorry, just there was a 70-year-old woman on the YouTube channel that said, "Kirk, I really relate to you, and no disrespect if you're watching this." And then she wrote about sex as well, like at 70. So I just want to say, like, boom, like, get it, like, I love that. But there was the one you were talking about is how does it affect your sexual relationship with your partners or sex going sober?
So I was with a girl. I was using drugs a lot, but I wasn't like every day. I met this girl in America. We both got on drugs that night. The sex was pretty extreme. Then we become an item, and the normal sober sex was amazing. Like, it was just great sex. Both people really connected. It was amazing. But then we used to start getting on it every Friday night, and we would get on it for 2 days, and we would stay in the bedroom, literally drinking tequila, sniffing coke, and just
doing sexual stuff
for 2 days, mate. Like, and it was during the sex was amazing. It was so outrageous and filthy. Like, it was good. After I had the sex, John, man, you're really enjoying this.
I'm starting to swell up over here.
Swell up? I mean, swell? Fucking hell.
I mean, after I had sex, like, it would be not continuous for 2 days, but we'd be watching porn, we'd be having sex, she'd be using toys, rah, on herself, not on me, okay? And then...
sounded a bit suspect to me.
But then after we'd had sex, the room would be a fucking shithole. Tequila bottles, like, empty all over the room, 1 or 2 bottles. Yeah. The fucking mattress, like, slipped off the bed, fucking baby oil everywhere, mate. And it was like, I would not sleep in that room. Yeah. Like, after I'd had sex, I'm like, babe, I'm going to go sleep on a sofa. I was disgusted with myself. But then we started doing this every weekend. We'd get on it Friday, sex for however long, okay? And then the sober sex that used to be really good,
became
so shit. And then we were just having sex, not much emotion, not much in it, you know. And then we'd be like, oh, should we get on it tonight so we can be a little bit kinky? Yeah. And then that then we were craving that mentality with that sex, and it fucked the relationship really, because...
But it became part of the addiction.
Yeah, that was it. You know, it was that next level. I don't think the coke was doing it, but
the thing is though, what the problem that you got if you end up in a relationship like that is if one of you goes, oh, I kind of don't want to do the gear no more, then the sex is shit.
Yeah,
and the relationship is shit.
The normal sex that used to be good was terrible, and I don't think there was no getting back that because it was just so extreme. So I wouldn't advise someone that has a drink or drug problem having look if you can. And everything's fine, do it. But I mean, if you can relate to me in any way, you will start to crave that sex relationship, and your normal, lovely partner, wife, it will become boring and mundane. Yeah,
and I think what that woman was referring to was that she was a little bit worried that her sex life will get shit going sober, and it probably will.
If you're used to that.
Yeah, it probably will in the short term, but like everything in your life through sobriety, everything is hard and shit at first, and then you've got to work on it being better.
Yeah.
You know, you got sober you's different to drunk or high you. You got to find you.
That's
you gotta,
it. Yeah. It
you
takes a while.
It takes a while.
You have to start dealing and feeling.
Do you
emotion.
find just because I'm going to stick with you on this topic just because out of respect for the wife.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick on you with this topic, and I don't. Anyway, but do you find, and this is just like sort of a man's question, in regards to the period, the length of time that you'd actually spend doing the act?
Yes.
Would you find that now that you're sober, that amount of time is shortened because of the?
Fucking hell, like you wouldn't believe. Jesus Christ. It's surprised how many positions you can get in like in a good minute. Nah, it all depends on the person. My imagination is so creative, right? If I know that I've got a girl or a partner coming round and we both know that it's on the cards, I've had sex with her about 3 times before she's come. So I'm like, just to let you know, we're going to have to go again after because the first time's going to be very quick.
You're one of them ones.
Yeah, but I'd admit I'd own it up. No, so it depends. It really
I
depends.
know, listen, lads, you know, from what Kirk's saying there, this is something that you're going to have to take into consideration on your journey of sobriety. You're going to have to start learning how to have sex all over again, mate.
It's not with how long you've got, it's what you do in them times.
And here's a
okay?
couple of techniques that you can take back that if you are sober now and you're finding that you're suffering with premature ejaculation, this isn't from my perspective, this is from Kirk's perspective. Try the ABC. Do it through your head. A, B, C, D,
I do my
E,
2 times table.
I used to do the ABC, but I'm dyslexic, so I go A, B, C, and
Well,
spunk.
I've got dyspraxia, so numbers I'm really hard with, okay? So I literally would do my 2 times table.
2, 4, 6. You don't do it out loud, did you?
Sometimes. So it depends how fast I'm going.
Or imagine that you're sleeping with someone you wouldn't normally, like your grandma, works a treat. Unless you are sleeping with your grandma, then you'll spunk quicker. Anyway, John.
All right, shall we move on to a couple of listener call-ins?
Yes,
please.
Yes. John, wait, first of all, is there anything you want to contribute to that last subject?
About fucking one's grandma?
Yeah.
Or the sex and the porn and the sex
John-
sessions in general.
Well, John's just the producer here. He's not coming from an
I've-
addiction background, so
I think he's got
We'll
a
get
kinky,
into,
sexy side to him. I think,
Yeah, we've all been to Torture Garden once or twice.
oh, okay, he's one of them guys.
yeah.
He's one of them guys. Tie him up and slap him on the bot. Okay, let's go. He's changing the
Just a quick
subject.
one, just for the people that have
deny the
been,
allegation.
the people that have been calling in and doing voice notes. Thank you.
All right,
because
it gives depth to the podcast.
And what these people have been saying, Dan,
Yeah.
we couldn't say that when we were going through trouble. So literally, it takes a lot to do that. And they're coming from a profile with their pictures, their family.
Yeah.
So honestly, anyone that's inquiring about their self or their friends, like so much respect.
Yeah, me too. Okay, John, fire away.
All right, so this is a message from a chap called Jamie. Let me just get it.
Yo.
Oh, here we go. Right, can you guys hear that okay?
Hi guys, first thanks for everything you're doing for this community. I think the content you're putting out is really helpful and really thought-provoking.
Lovely.
So my main query is whether you think there's a real huge link between ADHD and addiction and whether more needed to be done for that. I'm kind of recently exploring a diagnosis myself, and you know, unless you've got the resources to go private, it's really difficult to get one, especially in Wales, where the waiting lists are huge. Also, kind of on the same subject, I was wondering what your thoughts were on, with there being an obvious link, if
Yep, go on.
Link, yeah.
I can imagine, Jamie, thank you very much. I can imagine he was going to say, would there be an obvious link with the coke or drug taking it and ADHD? Would you probably advise to it or not? You're probably the same as me. I done coke I've got ADHD, got diagnosed when I was 10, was on Ritalin for 7 years. I come off of Ritalin because it wasn't helping me. It was just, while I was on Ritalin, it was just buckling me up. But I'm not saying with just drug taking, but I believe anyone with ADHD, they do get addicted to you with your comedy, with your films. Obviously, that's you and your creative mind, but your ADHD, once, and John was saying as well, once you get into that project, your ADHD takes over.
Yeah.
Your mind, Dan, is a million miles an hour, so is mine. I wake up halfway through a thought
Yeah.
that I'd probably had before I went to bed or asleep.
Yep.
And coke, to me, just stop that. Them voices in my head. Not like I suffer from schizophrenia or anything like that, but it was all me talking.
Yeah.
and it was like rah, 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 rah.
Yeah.
And then I think I self-medicated with that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Dan, and what do you feel with the connection?
100%. I believe that there's a massive connection between ADHD and addiction, purely like you just said, because the doctors and that the Ritalin and stuff like that, it's like it's very similar to cocaine, what it does to you. So there's a lot of, like you said, self-medication, but not just that. We hyper-focus. As ADHDers, we hyper-focus on things that we're interested in, which could even be drug taking.
Or the feeling that you get from the drugs.
Or the feeling that you get from drugs. I'm very privileged that I went private to get my diagnosis. Really interesting, a lot of stuff I found out. One of the big things that I found out is that with ADHD, you have natural low dopamine levels.
So does that mean you will be chasing a lot of things that would raise your dopamine?
It means
food or
it means the
chocolate
effect of things that raise your dopamine levels are more intense for someone with ADHD.
Right.
And that's to get you back to normal. So your baseline
Yeah.
is lower.
Yeah.
So like,
Yep.
I've noticed this with me and even some of my friends. Like I've not been officially diagnosed, but I've got enough other stuff. And basically, some of my friends are just content. They can just sit there, do
Yep.
nothing, just like fall asleep on a coach.
Yeah.
Like writhing in my seat, just like suffering.
Yeah.
And then, I think just the baseline is lower.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly right. Where your baseline of your dopamine is lower, we get more intense highs from like the drugs and stuff like that. But not just that. I think in general, the reason why the addiction is, I think the main reason for me why the addiction is to feel something else apart from the ADHD.
Yeah.
Because I get taken the piss out of a lot when I talk about ADHD. Everyone's like, everyone's diagnosed with ADHD, everyone's got it these days. But I know for a fact that what happens in my mind does not happen in normal people's minds, right? The noise in my mind is intense. Now, I use that to my benefit, obviously, all the many different businesses and projects. And like you said, the comedy, the creation, the stuff that I'm interested in, I can fucking work really hard and hyper focus on. But there's loads of stuff going on in my mind that I don't want. And when I used to take drugs, it did do the same thing. It would calm down the noise, right? So if every time you're drinking, well, I say calm down the noise. Maybe a better way to look at it is, instead of focusing on the noise in my mind, I was focusing on the feeling of being under drink or the feeling of being under coke.
Yeah.
So being like, that's why I say the escapism for me, it was like feeling like wavy. Oh, I'm a bit drunk and I'm a bit drunk. That feeling that, I never used to understand what people said. I just want to feel something.
Yeah.
Like, not like feel something like touching me.
No,
Like feel something inside me,
Yeah.
because all I got is noise. So feeling the chemical stuff that's to do with alcohol and drugs was so addictive to me because it stopped me feeling the ADHD 100%.
Yeah, and I always wanted to do. I wrote a synopsis years ago. I'm not sure if I sent it to you. I think it was like 2013.
About the Jim film script.
No, the other one, ADHD and me. I wanted to it sound quite vain, ADHD and me, but I would love to, because I know, like you said, a lot of people saying, "Oh, ADHD, you jump on that bandwagon." Right? How comes that there's a lot more cases, diagnosed cases of autism and things like that on the spectrum? Why don't they say, "Oh, you're jumping on the autism thing"?
Yeah.
Why is it because you can't see with anything? With
Yeah, it's
ADHD?
because they mock ADHD because they ADHD is seen to be
a lot of people just say naughty kids or whatever.
naughty kids, or not being able to focus on something, or I don't want to get out of bed because I've got ADHD. A lot of people don't focus on the mental health aspect to it.
Well, I wanted to do a documentary, and I wanted to start off with a neuroscience neurologist having a scan of my brain or someone else with ADHD with someone who honestly doesn't have ADHD, and I want to find out, is it something to do with conceiving?
Yeah.
Is it something to do with childbirth? Because when I was born, I was starved of oxygen. My umbilical cord was right around my throat, and I was starved of oxygen for a long time, and they said that could have caused ongoing problems and stuff like that. And I wanted to know, I used to have I remember a program about a kid, I don't know if you ever remember watching it in the early 90s. It was a kid, he was about 8 years old with ADHD, and he was bad, really bad. And I had hearing problems as a child. I had to have grommets in my ears. I was partially deaf as a child. And I noticed with a couple of other early cases of ADHD, they had hearing problems as well, and I just wanted to know, what was this? How can we get rid of this stigma by proving it to a way that you don't have to just say it, it's not a bandwagon.
I know
I'll
what you
jump
mean.
on.
Like, is there some way that they can prove?
Yeah,
you know?
and see where it come from. Is it a genetic thing? My mum, I think my mum's got it. She definitely had.
Well,
you know?
it's so weird because they say it's a genetic thing, but also, you know, Gable Mate, the psychologist that does a lot of stuff on ADHD,
said it comes from childhood
trauma,
which is true because the earliest memories, my mum and dad split up when I was 4, but the
mine
earliest,
took when I was 2.
yeah, the earliest memories I can have of them was all arguing.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and they say, I think I heard what you heard, but I think I've heard you say it as well. So when your parents are arguing, or if there's some kind of trauma, you make up this imaginary destination or another place to take you to.
It's a defense. It's
Yeah,
a defense.
you know.
Yeah, and
sure.
yeah, and this is what comes back into addiction, because when you're seeking to escape your reality when you're a child, you can do that through playful things, through playing in your mind and stuff like that. When you're an adult, you seek to escape your life, and you come across something like alcohol or drugs
That does it instantly.
Yeah, it does it instantly.
Some people, they just like, they escape into that world and they just playing it all, you know, playing the PlayStation all day, every day, because they don't want to experience
Yeah.
because it's painful and you need something to distract you.
But there's a lot more
So true.
research that does need to be done with addiction. I think I heard a stat ages ago. People with blue eyes are more likely to become addicts than
Become a dick? What the fuck? No, yeah.
become addicts than any other things. But I don't know.
I don't know about that.
You read a load of stats like, well, look at us both addicts, blue eyes.
Yeah, both
But-
blue eyes, ADHD.
But yeah, there is a lot of research, Jamie.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that.
Oh,
And
great. That
to
was a
be
great
honest,
talking point.
it's I don't think we or many people know enough information to comment.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to
scientifically on
do? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get an ADHD expert on this show for me and you to do an episode in.
Let's have it.
Yeah, let's have it. What's next?
All right, cool. So we got Dewey has a question for you guys. Here we go.
Dewey. Yo. What on?
Hi. Just a quick question. When is a good time to enter sobriety? At the moment, I got quite a few things on at the moment. Stags, parties, birthdays, and what have you. Thinking about sobriety, I'd like to enter it, but you know, when's the best time to do it? Is it?
It sounds off his nut now.
Yeah. Dewey,
I don't know.
Dewey, brother, we love you, man.
Dewey sounds like me every time when someone has said you got to give it up, and I'm like, well, I've got this in 2027 and stuff. Now, if you start to question it, Dan,
Yeah,
If
it's
you're-
hard though, mate. Yeah.
I understand he's got things coming, but this is going to be
Yeah.
the test. You've got to throw yourself in the deep
Yeah.
end.
I
You've got
wish-
to take that step.
I wish I could say the same as you, but the right thing to say is what Kirk is saying. I mean, I might be wrong, Dewey, but you sounded like you was a little bit wavy then. But Kirk is right. If you know it's a problem, then you've got to do it. But Kirk, you're saying that, and I can't really say that because I went sober and I came out of sobriety because I knew my stag and my wedding, and it's the biggest regret in my life. I ruined my wedding
It
because
was your stag and it was your wedding.
yeah. But
This could save Dewey's life if he doesn't go to the stag now.
I know that, but what I'm saying is I'm not in a position to give that advice
right,
because
yeah.
I done the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I done the wrong thing. But what I will say, Dewey, is one of my biggest regrets in my life is not being sober for my wedding. But then I had a great time being drunk and off me nut for me stag.
Yeah.
But if I could turn back time, I would have done it sooner. But honest truth, I think what Kirk is saying is right. If you know you've got a problem, mate, I mean, you never know when it's going to be your lot. Like you could die.
That's what I was about to say. Like, you know, it is you're wanting to be sober now, and in his head now, he wants to start sobriety. So he's going to hit it hard at these parties because he
knows his time's up.
That's it, and that could be time up. For
Wow,
him, you know. So
Kirk is so right. You're so right. When I came back into drinking, I kind of knew when I knew that it was
you'd have a
fucking.
shorter.
I was like, oh fucking hell, mate, I'm getting on it because this is over soon. So and that could push you over the edge. So I think on a consensus here,
I'd just
Go
jump in
now.
and tell your friends, you know what, guys, I need to do me for 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
And you know what, Dewey, them friends, if they say, well done, Dewey, they're the friends you're going to want to stick with for the rest of your life. If they say, oh, you pussy, fuck off, right?
Yeah.
They're not your friends anyway.
yeah, and I'll tell you something right now. That's great advice from Kirk, and thank you, Kirk. And I'll tell you something right now. There's no event or like I'm so selfish. Like it's me, my wife, and my 2 kids. if there's no event that would take me out of my sobriety now.
Well, if I was to say to you, Dan, look, I've got an event tonight in London, you want to come, but there's a chance that there might be a shooting now and a couple of people are going to get killed, you'd be like, fuck that. Why would I want to go to an event where there's a chance I'm going to get killed? I've got a wife and kids and a job.
Yeah.
But you're going to put the exact same odds by doing a substance.
Yeah.
Right.
That you can't control.
That you can't control.
That's fucking brilliant. Yeah.
Cool.
Well said. Wow.
Thank you,
Kirk, mate, I tell you what, every podcast you surprise me, my guy.
All right, so we got one from Nick now. It's a bit of a roller coaster, so there's a few different messages, but we'll get through them.
Okay.
My name's Nick. I've been sober for 8 months now.
Well done.
I quit 8 months ago because I was just fucking reckless, mate, on the session all the time. Bit like yourself, it was a Thursday to Sunday thing, Dan, so not so much like Kirk, but it was more like I definitely won't do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fucking no chance. Thursday I'll have a beer, and then before you know it, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
And then started fucking up my relationship with my missus and work life, so just canned it on the head. But I guess the reason for the voice note is just to say thanks for your content, because there's so much sober content there out online now, which, I'm 28 years old, so as a young person, I don't always relate to some people. So, it's just to say thanks for, your podcast, because it helps keep me on track, because there is days where I think, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, mate, I fucking still have them days, mate.
Yeah, sorry, I'll think, fuck this. I'm going to have a drink, like all my mates are doing it. Why am I not doing it? But, some of the videos you posted where you said you don't want to drink, you don't want to be social, you just want to go out and get fucked, it's probably helped me and stopped me from being a fucking donut, so.
And then there's one more message where he follows up a couple of days later.
Oh, really? Nick?
Sounding boys, just a quick question really for me. My name's Nick, I'm 28 years old, I've been sober for 8 months, but recently I've just been struggling, mate, and getting like overwhelming feelings that I just never had before, because I used to just numb them from the drink and drugs. But I just wanted to know how you deal with that. So I keep for example, on a Friday night, just feeling massively overwhelmed and like proper emotional. And I don't know how to deal with it. It's weird.
Nick, well done on the sobriety. Thank you very much for opening up. And Dan?
I can really relate to Nick, especially with the Friday night feelings and the overwhelming emotion. Nick, what you've got to start doing, mate, is you got to start working on your mental strength, because your mind is very weak at the moment. Because what happens when we always used to give in to that urge of going for a drink and getting on the packet or whatever, and that is like a throbbing sensation. And where you're resisting it, you're starting to feel weird, starting to feel anxious, like you're supposed to be doing something that you're not. It's like you're the elephant in the room of your own life, right? What you got to start doing, and I said this before, and some people took offense to it, is you've got to start beating that inner bitch that's inside your brain. And the only way that you can do that is by going out and working on doing things, right? Training your mind to do things that you don't want to do. Cold water therapy is a brilliant one. Everyone's talking about it, but you get in the cold, your mind's telling you not to, you overcome that bitch. Boxing is a great one for me, because I don't want to spar, you overcome that bitch. Or it can be something really simple like, I don't know, writing, or just something that you don't want to do, that you overcome your thoughts about not wanting to do it, and then slowly, when you start making improvements, you'll feel the improvements of not being so reluctant to go and get in that cold water, not being so reluctant to go boxing, not being so reluctant to go for that run, or to write that stuff, or to do that stuff. And when you start getting good at it, you'll realise that you've got mental strength. Then when it comes to those moments on a Friday night where you feel those emotions and everything coming in, you'll see it for what it is, and you'll be like, I ain't a little bitch, fuck off. You've got to work on your mental strength.
Yeah, well done, Dan. That's
Thank
great
you.
advice. And yeah, Nick, on a Friday night, as well as doing the sports, which is great and
Yeah.
Dan's not giving no offence to anyone, right? When he says bitch, he's half talking about himself and what we've had to do. Do you know what I mean? And what we're trying to do, we're trying to pass on information that we've learned, either been taught or just learnt ourselves
Through experience.
And he's a credit to his own, you know. So whatever he's saying, he's only saying it because it's worked to him. Mate, you're 28. You know, these are your party days. So, big up you, because a lot of people would be saying, oh, wait till I'm 30. he sounds like a switched on guy, you know, to be at 28 and admitting there's a wrongness, that's very, very mature. And that's not a patronising way, because it's saying he's 28, he's a proper grown man. But to
Didn't
be
even
owning
cross my mind then.
to be owning up at the age of 28, mate, do you know what I mean? It's like, well done you, man, because I can imagine all of his mates are wanting to go get out and go on a mad one. But you know what? Friday night, you know, go to the cinema with your partner, meet a new girl, or go with just one of your lads that, you know, ain't overly into drinking. Go to the cinema, go for a bit of food. When you go in, you will have a different adrenaline rush, but it's a buzz of excitement that, fucking hell, I've just had a good night. I've spent 60 quid, right? And I'm going home and going to bed, but hats off to you, mate, honestly.
Yeah, and also fast forward your thinking. That's I don't know if I've said this on this podcast before, but fast forward your thinking. When you're getting that anxiety feeling, fast forward your thinking to being fucked the day after, and the regret, and the 8 months down the fucking drain.
Yep.
And like what Kirk said, preempt that feeling. Book something in for your Friday night. Yeah.
You know what I like to do on a Friday night now when I'm struggling mentally or with addiction? Go to the gym on a Friday night. Even if I'm not going to lift weights, I'm going to go, you know what, I'm going to do 20 minutes on the treadmill.
Yeah.
If you're lucky enough to have a gym with a swimming pool and steam, you know what? You fucking feel $1 million. Friday night, when you come out of the gym, sauna, steam room, had a little swim.
And you know everyone else you know is probably fucked.
Yeah, and you smell of chlorine, and you're going to go home, you're going to get a kebab.
Yeah,
on
and
the
you're
way
going to
home.
be tucked up in your bed. I love it.
You know what I mean? And then get home.
Cozy,
Listen,
I like it.
and that's, mate, to me, that's fucking life, man. And listen, and if that's not enough excitement, get in bed, smash one out, we're good. Sorry, no, honestly, Nick, your life will start. I'm just over 2 years sober. I'm now 35, and what I've gained in them just over 2 years, buddy, is a lot. So imagine whatever you do in life now. You're 28. 2 years, your life's going to start when you're 30. Like, you can achieve anything, but you're going to have to start dealing with your emotions. So these feelings of anxiety, nerves, excitement, depression, that's normal, brother. Don't get scared about it. Just ride that wave for a little bit, mate. And trust me, we're all here. Dan has a great Facebook group called Men and Their Emotions.
Thank
mate,
you, Kirk.
please jump on that, because there are so many other like-minded people like you that are asking advice, and Dan has an amazing team that will literally dedicate and spend time with you. They will give you help, advice, or even just someone to talk to.
Love that, Kirk. Thank you, mate.
Do I get paid for that promo? I'm joking.
I don't even get fucking paid.
All right, we got time for one more?
One more, mate. Yeah, I'm late for a meeting, but I don't give a fuck.
All right, let's do one more then. This is from Daniel.
Not me.
He's been sending me. I'm doing a podcast with someone I don't like.
I've been listening to this since the first one. It was quite weird, actually, because I was following Dapper's or Dan's old podcast, and it got a bit weird. They were talking about aliens and dinosaurs weren't real. Anyway, I do this quite a lot. I think this might be ADHD. Everyone's got ADHD at the moment.
Aye, there you go.
I just wanted to say thanks to the guys. I listened to Daps and Kirk's the first podcast, and I was toying with the idea of giving up drink. I'm currently sitting in the morning. I've been in the gym 4:30. Missus has gone to work, and I'm with the baby, and I'm really looking forward to our day. Anyway, so I was thinking about giving up drink, and we always toying with the idea. Anyway, so it happened in March, got absolutely smashed, and I did think, so I can't be arsed with this anymore, and I was scared to give up the drink because it's a massive part of my life ever since before I was about 12. About 12. Right. Well, no, maybe 13. Always was like, weekend come, we're going to get some drink, we're going to have a good time. And it was just what you did. It was every weekend you get a drink. And I started to get to a point where I was pissed off if we was out or something like that, or if I had to drive because I couldn't have a drink. And I felt like, what a waste of a weekend. And I'm now 113 days.
Well done, you warrior.
I'm down the gym. I've just hit my 75 gym visit milestone.
Wow.
Feel change in my body, but I just wanted to say thank you to the guys because you don't feel like you're on this journey alone, and
Wow.
it puts it into perspective. Like you can have a life outside of alcohol. So I just want to say a massive thank you.
Oh, Dan, man, thank you so much. And John knows he always plays the good ones at the end. Well done.
I'm just producing, you know.
I just want to say one quick thing on that. The one bit that stood out to me when Dan said that, first of all, thank you very much for the credit. It was, I've been to the gym, my missus at work, I'm with the kid today. I'm looking forward to my day.
Wow. Yeah.
That was it. That
Innit?
was the thing that stood out to me, man.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
fucking great. What's the aliens and dinosaurs about, mate?
Yeah, the podcast took a weird turn. For anyone that's still on, I mean, I had a podcast called Chatting Bollocks, so I was just chatting bollocks, and then it went on to conspiracies, and now, but that was because I was fucked, and now it's Sobriety.
Foil hat on,
Yeah.
going, right, they will come for us.
Yeah, but thank you, Daniel. I just want to say thank you for that. But there's so many cliches that we can say here, but like what Kirk just brought up about your thing, I fucking enjoy my life now. I really do, and it just serves me so well not having the anxiety, the worry, and the panic, and wanting to escape my fucking family because they're stressing me out. And yeah, that's great. I'm enjoying my life too, and I created this podcast originally to keep myself sober, to learn about it. And now me and Kirk are doing it because we enjoy it.
Yeah.
And in turn, it looks like it's helping people. So is that not? Is this? I mean, this we have both had quite illustrious ups and downs in our careers and done many things. But I could quite safely say that this may be the most important and rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. This podcast.
This if in a sense of media, this is amazing. I repeat it all the time because when my dad died, I just wanted to make one person laugh a day and one person not kill themselves.
Oh, it's going to cry.
But yeah. No, it's just
I love you, man.
It's hard out there, man. It's really hard out there. Do you know what I mean? And I don't really get upset about my dad that much no more. But I just know there are people struggling, like my father did and like I did. Do you know what I mean? And to get messages like from Dan and a couple of others, to know that what I set out and what you've set out to do. Do you know what I mean? I really am making a difference. And look, I wish I could change it. My dad didn't have to suffer, but I'm here to do it now, and yeah. But yeah, thank you, everyone.
Oh, Kirk, man. Did you cry last week as well?
No.
Oh, Kirk. No, that's brilliant, man. And don't want to set you off even more. I mean,
no, it's good. It's good.
Your father would be so proud of you, mate.
Oh, thank you.
He'd never would have thought you would have gone sober, let alone being sat here helping other people.
My dad wouldn't even think I'd be able to find this podcast studio. He'd be like, son, don't, because you're gonna get fucking lost, and I have to come and find you. I'll have to cancel my meetings because you can't do fuck all right. But listen, I used to do a lot of things for my father. I used to do a lot of things for my son and my daughter. Now I do a lot of things for me because when I put myself first, I become a better person, which makes me a better family man.
Oh, Kirk, thank you, mate. And that's why he sat opposite me here on this podcast, guys, because the best fucking form of advice or the best form of help has to come from someone that has hit their fucking rock bottom many times and bounced up to be here. So, John, mate, thank you for this episode. Thank you for coming up with the concept.
You, John.
Pleasure. Yeah, great stuff.
Anything you want to add to the viewers out there or say?
Yeah, look after yourself. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself like you would a good friend. And
love that.
Everything is, everything's possible if you orient yourself in the right way.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I really, really enjoyed that. That just felt like a normal conversation, and I know you guys are loving it out there, so thank you. If you'd like to come and see us live, we're trying to generate some revenue for this podcast to keep it going, because at the moment I'm just paying for it. We've got to pay for everything, the editing, the studio, and all that. So we're going to make a little bit of money from a live studio audience podcast from your ticket sales. So with your ticket sales, you can help us keep this thing going, and cover the costs for the studio, for the fucking...
John is fucking expensive.
John's expensive, bro. You know what I mean? At the beginning, he just took hand jobs. Now he wants hand jobs and sandwiches. But yeah, listen, and not just that, I want to see what it feels like in a live studio audience. I've done that because of how beautiful it is interacting with people through the voice notes. So if you hit the link in the bottom of this podcast, you can see we've got 4 shows up, 1 a month. We're recording them. You can make it on the podcast. We're going to interact with the audience. It's going to be me and Kirk, and maybe some special guests. So check that out. Share the podcast. Let us know what you liked in the comments and everything. Make sure you're following John and Kirk on social media and reach out to them. Kirk, anything you want to finish up on?
Just no. Thank you to everyone and everything. Sobriety. Yeah, you know what? I finally found that I have a purpose in life, and it's just to be me.
Oh,
you know,
good man. Love you, Kirk. Thank you to everyone out there that's tuning in. Leave your voice notes on the Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. And that was Menace to Sobriety, and a great episode. Thanks for tuning in. Hello! We are going to take the Menace to Sobriety to the live stage, and we need a live studio audience to interact with us, to come along, listen, laugh, and learn everything about sobriety, mental health, well-being, and just come along for a night out with like-minded people. We are going to be going live on the 30th of August, 27th of September, 25th of October, and the 29th of November. That's one a month. Get your tickets now. Come down, meet the team, and have some fun. Menace to Sobriety Live, coming soon. Oh yes, and don't forget, if you want to come and see me live and meet me, I'm going on tour. The Daniel O'Reilly Out of Character full UK tour kicks off in January 2024, and tickets are on sale right now. I'm going to try and get out and meet as many of you as possible, and of course, I'm going to be bringing the laughs all over the UK. There's 23 dates right now, and I'm adding more all the time. Hit the link in the bio and get your tickets now and come have some fun. If you're going through a tough time at the moment, please don't suffer in silence. Feel free to pick up the phone and contact any of these helplines. I personally, myself, at one of my darkest points, contacted the Samaritans, and it completely changed my outlook and got me out of a really deep, dark place. A problem shared really is a problem halved. So if you don't feel confident talking to those around you, check out any of these organisations and give them a call. This is my Facebook group. Just simply search on Facebook, Men and Their Emotions. It's for men only, but once you're in there, you can talk anonymously about your problems and help others and just feel a little bit of community. So come join the conversation, Men and Their Emotions, on Facebook. Thanks for watching.
Menace to sobriety. Just a menace, just a menace.